Why can't everyone just be more tea?
In the pantheon of American pop culture icons, Kermit the Frog stands alone. A green, felt-skinned amphibian who has, for over half a century, embodied optimism, decency, and a very particular kind of nervous charm.
It's not that easy being clean, but luckily, we're ready.
But in 2011, a promotional teaser for the Muppets movie disrupted the amphibian equilibrium in a profound way. It showed Kermit's legs. Not just hinted at or concealed behind a banjo or a desk, this was a full-body parade of frog leg weirdness. A shadowy stampede of Muppets walking toward the viewer, limbs akimbo. For longtime Muppet watchers, this was more than just a marketing decision. It was a rupture in the sacred order of Muppet ontology. Muppets, especially Kermit, are not supposed to have legs. Not like that. This was the beginning of something more, what we might call the freakery of Kermit the Frog. Now, a quick note before we go any further, I'm a puppeteer, a puppet filmmaker, and I have friends who work directly with the Muppets. I want the Muppets to succeed. What follows is just a fly-on-the-wall look at how much freakier the franchise has gotten over the years. An affectionate curiosity rather than a critique meant to tear down the characters or the people who bring them to life. Kermit was born in 1955 from the felt scraps and ping-pong balls of Jim Henson's imagination. Originally more lizard-like, Kermit evolved into a frog by the late 60s, becoming the face of Sesame Street and later The Muppet Show. What made Kermit special was his careful balance of neurotic tension and moral clarity. He was the everyman, or every frog, trying to hold together a cast of chaos agents with sincerity and occasional exasperated yelling. He was not zany, not wild, not unhinged. He was the Muppet who reacted to the freakery around him. But culture changed, and so did Kermit. What once was a straight frog in a madcap world began to mutate under the pressures of nostalgia, irony, and mimetic distortion. The internet loved turning Kermit's earnestness inside out. But that's none of my business, Kermit. Evil Kermit. He became a blank slate onto which modern anxieties were projected. He was no longer just a character. He was a mood, a vessel, and then came the legs. The 2011 teaser poster broke an unspoken commandment in Muppet design. Muppets are meant to be seen from the waist up, or, when full-bodied, in carefully choreographed absurdity. Think of Kermit riding a bicycle. Magic, not realism. The image of Kermit walking with legs extended like a marionette in a gothic fashion show was a confrontation with physicality. It asked us to imagine not just the puppet, but the body, and the body of a Muppet is inherently uncanny. Why? Because Muppets aren't supposed to be complete. They're designed to be operated, not embodied. The implication of legs is the implication of anatomy, and anatomy begets biology, and biology leads us down a dark, amphibious path. Suddenly, we are forced to reckon with Kermit's corporal reality, his height, weight, gait, and presence. He ceases to be just Kermit the Frog and becomes a new entity, Kermit the Creature, Kermit the Potential Aberration.
And what do you have for what?
No discussion of Kermit's freakery is complete without his long and strange entanglement with Miss Piggy. Their relationship has always been framed as comic relief, a sitcom-style push and pull between the meek frog and the bombastic pig. But look closer, and it reads less like romance and more like psychological warfare.
Sure, go ahead, walk, okay? Walk, sure, walk. I'll go ahead and walk. Piggy. Listen.
I'm doing my best.
Miss Piggy is assertive to the point of violence. Kermit is evasive to the point of emotional dissociation. She pines for him with operatic obsession. He squirms under the weight of expectations he never agreed to. At times, they are married. At others, it's as if they have never even spoken. Their relationship oscillates wildly between passionate embrace and complete denial of any romantic connection. It is impossible to tell what is canon and what is fever dream.
I've chosen teams based on
Hold
mascot
on,
species.
What do you mean when they look at your pigs? Are you posting pictures of one without my express written permission?
Listen, folks,
boy, if
do
you
your
are,
ESPN
you're
Tournament
gonna hear
Challenge
from my
bracket
lawyer.
today.
He's
And
an accident lawyer.
I hope you have
actually
better
should
luck
retain
with your
his services
pigs.
because
Your
when
picks.
I'm done with you, you're gonna
Yes, Piggy.
need him.
This ambiguity is precisely the point. Kermit and Piggy's romance represents a bizarre kind of performative coupledom, built on clashing archetypes: masculine passivity and feminine aggression, introvert and extrovert, prey and predator. It's less a love story and more an enduring metaphor for the absurdity of relationships under the spotlight of spectacle. Like everything else about Kermit, what once read as charming now feels like a deep pool of psychological contradiction, dressed up in felt and sequins. Kermit's freakery doesn't just stem from legs and Piggy. It comes from what happened after Disney acquired the Muppets in 2004. Frank Oz, the performer behind Kermit's closest co-stars, said, "They truly believe they can do it. They don't get it. They don't get the true rebellion and true affection underneath those characters." He went further, "Their job is to be rebellious. Screw Disney." Fans echoed him. Disney eventually ruined it. Too cheesy, missing that Jim Henson quality. There's no soul in it anymore. Corporate product. Disney doesn't care. They invest in Marvel, but not in the Muppets.
Brought to you by Bounty Paper Towels with Trap and Lock technology, so you can clean the mess with less. The Muppets on Blu-ray combo packs and DVD in stores now.
Critics at Polygon noted how the Muppets' improvisational chaos and ensemble spirit have been replaced by glossy branding, stripped of edge. What once felt dangerous, anarchic, and lovingly handmade is now sanitized nostalgia. And yet, not all is lost. Even a Disney project, whether a show, a movie, or an iced tea commercial, is a privilege. As a puppeteer, I can see the craft and love in each felted finger. The Muppets still have room to surprise, to delight, and to honor the improvisational joy at their core.
Come see us on Broadway starting this October. Get your tickets before they disappear. See what I did there?
Uh-huh, I sure did, because you do magic.
I sure do.
On Broadway, the Muppets will appear as special guests in magician Rob Lake's stage spectacular. Previews begin October 28th, 2025, with opening night November 6th at the Broadhurst Theatre, a limited holiday run through mid-January 2026. This marks the Muppets' first true Broadway outing, a milestone Jim Henson never lived to see. I was lucky enough to interview Rob Lake on my year-round spooky talk show Lonesome, hosted by a ghost puppet, and I'm glad to report he wasn't turned off by puppets. Quite the opposite. His enthusiasm for blending illusion with felt fits perfectly with the Muppets' long tradition of turning stagecraft into wonder.
I've got a good ghost joke.
Okay.
Why were the ghosts in the bar? They were there for the booze.
I'm dying.
Online fans are already excited. Finally, Muppets on Broadway. Can't wait to see Kermit in a live magic show. Meanwhile, at Disney's Hollywood Studios, Rock and Roller Coaster is being reimagined as Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets. Opening in 2026, it stars Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem in their biggest Hollywood concert ever. Riders are thrown into a chase through G-Force Records, with Penguin Engineers and Muppet Madness transforming one of Disney's most iconic thrill rides into felt-flavored chaos. Fans online are buzzing. I've been waiting for the Muppets to hit a coaster. Electric Mayhem for the win. And then we have Seth Rogen's revival of The Muppet Show as a Disney Plus special starring Sabrina Carpenter. This 2026 event is meant to serve as a backdoor pilot. Enter Bottleneck Gallery's 2025 resin statue, Kermitzilla. Here, the freakery reaches its final glorious form. Sculpted in 3D by Jae-dong and brought to life by artist Dan Douglas, the statue depicts a kaiju-esque Kermit, presumably looming over a cityscape, letting out a roar while his ping-pong eyes gaze out with amphibious indifference. If Kermit can walk, Kermit can stomp. If he can be a meme, he can be a monster. Kermitzilla is both homage and desecration, a lovingly sculpted reminder that the line between endearment and horror is slim when dealing with puppets. More than an art piece, it's a cultural exorcism. It asks, what have we done with Kermit? Or maybe more disturbingly, what was Kermit all along? The freakery of Kermit the Frog isn't about legs or memes or monster statues. It's about what happens when the things we once relied on for stability become unstable. Kermit was the eye of the Muppet hurricane, the calm in the chaos. But under the relentless pressures of modern irony, hyperreality, and corporate spectacle, even the calmest frog breaks down. The 2011 teaser merely lifted the veil. Kermitzilla shattered it. Kermit and Piggy's romantic absurdity, his internet fragmentation, his legs, all lead to the same unsettling truth. We have taken the frog too far. Or maybe he was always already too far and we're just catching up. And yet, with Broadway, theme park thrill rides, collectible art, and the devotion of puppeteers and fans alike, there is hope. Every Muppet project, whether a show, a film, or a commercial, is a privilege and a chance to witness the enduring charm, chaos, and joy of puppetry. The Muppets may bend, break, or become Kermitzilla-sized, but their spirit is unbroken. Welcome to the Green Abyss.